A Michigan-based company and Last Prisoner Project are joining together in a new venture. The governor of New Mexico encourages cannabis legalization in her state. And a new study has some results for how adult use legalization affects children's cannabis use. It's Tuesday, May 26th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
Green Peak Innovations and Last Prisoner Project launched 2 Joints brand to help fund criminal justice reforms. According to Cannabis Business Times, Michigan's vertically integrated Green Peak Innovations, or GPI, and the nonprofit Last Prisoner Project plan to launch a new brand, 2 Joints. 1% of proceeds from 2 Joints products sold in GPI's Skymint provisioning centers will go toward the Last Prisoner Project and its mission of advocating for criminal justice reform around cannabis crimes. Joe Neller, GPI's co-founder and chief government affairs officer, said, "When my partner Jeff Radway and I started Green Peak, we knew that Michigan was marching towards legalization, and we thought a big part of that needed to include criminal record expungement of nonviolent marijuana offenders." Green Peak's team was looking for an organization to partner with on this effort, Neller said. And while many said they wouldn't accept money from cannabis companies, Last Prisoner Project said it would. Last Prisoner Project works with industry partners on brands, as it has with Green Peak on 2 Joints, and in other ways, said Sarah Gersten, executive director and general counsel for LPP. "We have several industry partners that simply choose to donate proceeds from their total revenue to the organization," she said. "We have folks that assist us in giving back through mentorship programs with our re-entry program, providing education, things like that," she said.
The governor of New Mexico says legalizing cannabis would have funded programs cut due to COVID-19. According to Marijuana Moment, the governor of New Mexico said last week that the state needs to explore every option for economic relief, and that includes passing cannabis legalization. Near the end of a 2-hour live stream updating residents on the state's coronavirus response efforts on Wednesday, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham was asked whether she was in favor of the legislature passing adult use legalization during an upcoming special session to generate tax revenue to offset financial challenges caused by the pandemic. "Let's end on a high note," the governor joked, adding that she felt suspensions of various capital projects due to the health crisis likely would not have occurred if lawmakers had legalized recreational cannabis during the year's regular session, as she unsuccessfully urged them to do. "The projections are nearly $100 million of recurring revenue into the budget from cannabis legalization," she said. "If we want economic support and economic relief, then we have to use every economic idea. And I want to point out also that the vast majority of New Mexicans favor recreational cannabis," she said. Legalization might not have happened as planned during New Mexico's regular 2020 legislative session, but the governor said in February that she's open to letting voters decide on the policy change via a ballot referendum.
Speaking of legalization, a new study shows adult use legalization is associated with a decline in youth treatment admissions. The enactment of adult use cannabis legalization laws is not associated with an increase in related youth drug treatment admissions, according to data published in the journal Drug and Alcohol Dependence. A pair of researchers from Temple University assessed annual drug treatment admissions among youth for the years 2008 to 2017. Investigators reported the rate of adolescent treatment admissions for marijuana use declined significantly over this study period, with the mean rate falling nearly in half. The decline in admissions rate was greater in Colorado and Washington compared to non-recreational cannabis law states. Authors speculated that a variety of factors could have influenced the decrease in admissions, including potential changes in youth use patterns and/or shifts in cultural attitudes toward cannabis consumption in general. Historically, nearly half of all young people admitted to drug treatment for cannabis were referred there by the criminal justice system.
That was today's Buzz. Have a response to any of the stories on today's show? You can comment on these stories and more when you sign up on TRICHOMES.com and join the cannabis community.
And be sure to keep up with us on all social media platforms. You can also subscribe to our podcast and the TRICHOMES YouTube channel for daily content. My name is David Fortin.
And my name is Allison Ben-Yehuda. Be well.